Hi everyone, my name is Bessie Rovi. I'm the CEO of Connected Global, and today I receive an amazing man, Mr. Rohit. How are you, Rohit?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So, can you introduce yourself to our viewer?
Absolutely. So, hi everyone. My name is Rohit. I'm from India. We essentially are a largest tech platform, hackathon platform here in India. We work with over 1 million developers across our platform here in India. So, pleasure kind of to be here with basically on DFC Hack. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Very excited to have you here, man. So, yeah, for many people don't know why we do this live. So, as you know, we started the DFC Act, the Diversity for Crisis Hackathon, and Rohit Incubate In is our sponsor. They help us to have more developer because the platform for developer. He will explain more in detail, like what is this platform, what is the culture beyond, what is the open source culture, the hacking culture, etc. Because he already have more than 10 years on this domain. It's a great honor, a privilege for us to have you there. And if you check this video right now on or in replay, so just listen this guy because he have a lot of experience and it's important to have this experience in your head. So yeah, the diversity for crisis hackathon, as you already for many people don't know, is a hackathon focused on diversity. We want to show how diversity could be a great place behind and beyond the pandemic, because we are more than people are suffering, etc., etc. But we are also people innovate, make change, etc., etc. So, can you talking about Incubate In? How did you start this amazing idea? And what is the purpose of this platform right now?
Right. So, I mean, it's a very good question, and that's something that we think about in our operations every day. The reason we started was it came from the fact that India today is the second largest populated country across the world. The kind of education system that we have in our country, I mean, it's not producing the best talent. So our thought was, how can we work with lot of young college students, help them understand technology, take them through the practicalities of technology, help them interact with the industry, uh, get them kind of upskilled as part of the curriculum, patch them up with a lot of industry leaders so that they understand what is the industry expected out of them. And that's where the idea of our Incubate IND was born. So essentially, we work with students to help them understand about technology and make them market ready for landing up the bit. I mean, for them to land up better jobs.
Yeah, yeah. So, and actually, also, I have a question. So, because many people don't know this, but personally, I know because I've never been in India, but I know the story of India and I'm learning a lot about India. So, mainly though, India is very diverse, right? So, in terms of culture, color, diverse in any sense. And
Yeah,
also, we're a
absolutely.
federal country because many people don't know that, but your country is federal, a different state, etc. In the one state. So, can you talk more about this diversity? How, like Indian people have the ability to, like, from the womb to know have different thought because they know Kunduluru, Hindi. They have you have like landscape of many culture. How do you live your diversity daily?
So I think considering we are a large population, we are almost now 1.3, 1.4 billion people here in India. I can safely say we are the most diverse country. We're the most democratic country. We're the most harmonious country. Uh, so whatever you see in media is all media creation. We are not fighting amongst each other. Yes, we have our own set of problems. Considering we are a developing country, we are not there right there as part of the developed ecosystem. So we are still, so we have our own intrinsic challenges of healthcare and education system and so on and so forth. But from a diversity standpoint, from an inclusivity standpoint, I think we should be the amongst, and we should be in the top four, 5 countries, top 10 countries across the globe. Uh, so just to give you a sense, we have almost 30 odd states now, wherein there is
Wow.
there are local languages, local dialects, local cultures, local uh, food habits, local consumption patterns, etc. Yet we all coexist. I mean, India is truly, uh, you know, should be the model for the world to kind of replicate. We barely get lot of these communal fights here in India. We barely get. I mean, of course, like every society, there are some issues within us, but from a large country perspective, we are amongst the most well-behaved country, so to say. We exist, and considering what's happening basically in last 10 odd years, because India is growing, because the size and scale is growing, there are a lot of I would want to call them expats who have come to India. And since we all work with them, you can trust us when I say, trust me when I say, everyone here who comes to India gets loved. Everyone who gets in India gets the respect that he commands. So we are a good country to be in, and I take this opportunity and I invite you to be part of India soon. Visit us soon, and we'll be happy to kind of take you around.
Yeah. Definitely, it was my first intent because I was already say I have a lot of friends from India. I have a lot of friends also in Bangalore because Bangalore is
That's the
your Silicon
technology
Valley.
hub. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
our
yeah.
Silicon Valley.
And so definitely, so just we pray that this pandemic will be over, and
Yeah,
mostly also for India because actually you already tell me that, and I was like very sad because I was excited by the hackathon, but when you say to me that actually it's hard for India, I say, oh, I can help my people. I was thinking, and yeah, I think is you will not take it because when you have a big country like yours is in the same time. That's why many people are outside and make judgment. I say, man, shut up, because you can manage a country with 30 million people than a country with 1 billion. You know,
absolutely.
it's not the same.
We've had
Yeah, it's not the same. Yeah, go ahead.
we have had lesser deaths that have happened here in India.
Mm.
We have had more better, the response rate, the recovery rate. We are almost now 90% on the recovery rate. So we've done well, basically, honestly. So yeah, that's where the whole uh, uh, see, the reality is, considering we are developing, we do not get the attention of the world that we should get.
Mm.
And that's where the problem and opportunity for us is. So yeah, from a country perspective, we've done well. There are intrinsic issues. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we can't kind of take those into consideration, but yeah.
Yeah,
from
totally agree. So now I
from
have a question for you. So from the diaspora perspective, so right, as I already say, I follow the story of India, and I love India, and I pray if this pandemic over and I will come to you to visit you, right? Because you do amazing job for your country. So why your diaspora is so well organized? Why I say that? First of all, in terms of business, when Indian people come in some place like US, UK, etc. So they don't work alone. Like you, they try to be in the community and help each other first. And this is the business side. Now, for the tech side, I will mention three company, and all these three company have a CTO or CEO in there, like Microsoft,
Yeah.
Google, and how can I say that the
No,
name of
there are many companies
Germany.
wherein
Yeah.
you
So
will
if
have
just
a
yeah,
lot
we
of.
can just stop on these two company, Oracle. Yeah, Oracle. So yeah, how how do you work? Because for example, I know a lot of network of diaspora invest in student, or because some students don't have the possibility to go. And right now, I have also a new movement. A lot of Indian people, when they go study, they won't come back. But before there was like I'm studying and I'm staying. But right now it's not the same thing. They go outside, they go study in US, UK, and after that they say, oh no, I want to come back to make a business. So what is this reverse? What how do you organize your diaspora? And what is the reverse engineering that people go outside India to take knowledge and asset and want to come back to their homeland? So
Yo, so so I think that's where the difference between a developing nation and an already developed nation comes to the picture. So when our see one of the other problem that we have, and that's also unique to us, is a large population. So we're a young country where our demographics are like 24, 25 years, 26 years on an average. That's the age of Indian population. And so so our growth in terms of population is massively increasing. The jobs, the work, the business isn't increasing in that sense. So we're also seeing a lot of brain drain happening, wherein people are wanting to go to US's and Canada's and other ecosystems and work there. It is also due to the fact, especially in the ecosystem that we all operate in, the startup, the technology ecosystem, that places like US, places like, I mean, just to give you a sense, places like even London, etc., have better monies, have better facilities, have better, uh, you know, laid down ecosystem procedures, etc., in a better manner. So Indian government has just about woken up about 5 years back on the whole ecosystem play of entrepreneurship, of innovation, of technology. So that for next decade or so, maybe more, you will see a lot of people going out from India, settling in US and other developed countries, so to say. But I think whatever has happened in India has been fantastic. We have done well in the past, and that's where I hope we continue to keep building that momentum. So
yes,
to answer your question, I think it is momentarily, wherein since we have just about woken up very late as a country, the brain drain has already happened. The brain drain will happen for maybe a decade or so, but after that, I think India will be in unique position. So even if you look at what's happening in a geopolitical environment, India is fast emerging as a destination for investment, especially with China getting off the radar with every country.
mm,
So it's a function of, if money starts to come into India, I think the talent will come back. I mean, that's a way I would want to assume, and that's a way I would want it to happen, because that's where I think will do well if we can get back the best talent in the country.
yes, totally agree. Because for me, like righteous is not about money, because the most righteous thing is about the most asset is education. So when you know, you can show. If you don't know, you can show, right? So when you know that was the success of China. So they're just for also well organized. Where no matter where you go in the planet, you have the Chinatown that makes something, because they take the asset from somewhere and they send the asset to their home country. And the same thing for also for the knowledge. All the company we know right now are made by diaspora people, like Chinese American, like Baidu, etc., etc. or some Chinese going to US and UK, and they are coming back to create their own business in their own land. And I think for sure, if you we India follow the flow, right? Like in the next decade, for sure, this kumbaya moment will come for for um, for India. I'm definitely sure about that, because having the two big company like Google and Microsoft have their CEO Indian people mean everything, right? That mean everything. And if you follow these things, we can go right now on the hacking culture. So you run Incubate in, and you do hackathon at scale. So what is your opinion about the hacking culture, and why you are so involved in this, and what is your mission statement? What do you want to do for your community to, like, yeah, because you do something, I know, for business, but beyond the business, you have something more, something more to the business. And can you share this mission statement you have for your country, and with your business and your company?
Absolutely. So our mission, underlying mission, basically is that we want to become, or we want to help a lot of Indian students come to the global standards, and that can only happen with practical knowledge, because our education system is not there. So for us, upskilling these students is the mission that we are in. Our vision says, I mean, the vision document says that we want to become the leading innovation led platform across the globe. So that's the kind of large dream that we're chasing. But if you were to break down, and I have to give you a very simple answer. So it stems from the fact that our education system is not right there. I mean, we do not have the best education system, especially the engineering ecosystem. And what has happened in last 5 years or so, the demand and supply have gone haywire in that sense. So you have more supply and lesser demand. So everyone wants to be an engineer. The quality of the education institutes have now sprung up in localities, colonies, etc. The quality is not there, and therefore you're producing the engineers which are not hireable. So for us, the mission is that we want to work with tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 towns, states of India, help students understand technology in a practical environment, make them market ready for jobs.
Wow. Wow. And actually, in terms of trend, what is kind of technology is or term of talent in tech people looking for is it is JavaScript, it is front end development. What is the trend, to be a marketable developer from India or from outside? Because you tell me, okay, you start with India because you know this market, but right now, your goal is being this global platform for any kind of talent, no matter they are from Africa, from Europe, and blah blah blah.
So if I've understood correctly, you have asked what kind of language or patterns Indian students are kind of
Yeah,
working on, right?
yeah,
So 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 India, in a sense, is running very fast. So while Python is the flavor of the season, everyone is learning Python. Everyone is learning. Of course, JavaScript will always be there as a language, etc., etc. Python is the flavor of the season. Yet, I would want to assume that a lot of our traction in terms of, and since startups are a reflection of what's happening in the engineering ecosystem, the whole AI ML piece has exploded. So our unicorns, the latest unicorns that have come out of India, are primarily built on the premise of artificial intelligence, machine learning codes, etc. I mean, largely all of them, and it has so much so. So government has changed the education policy. Government of India, for 1.4 billion people, they want to teach artificial intelligence from class 8th onwards. So they are saying we'll start teaching AI in schools, so that by the time students are in the college, they understand the basics, and from college they can get into more practicalities of so that's what is happening in India. So therefore I'm very optimistic about maybe next decade or so. I think should belong to India. See,
Okay.
look at what's happening across the globe. Lot of talent is hired from India. So maybe one of the reason is we are maybe cheaper than what you get there in US. I mean, yeah. Yet I think one of the traits that Indians have displayed is we are very hardworking. So we do not go by the clock. We are very hardworking. We are cheap, and we are highly upskilling ourselves. So I think these three should make us a deadly combination maybe in a decade or so.
Yeah. Cool. We'll be now. We are close on our conversation. So I will ask you two or three questions before this close. So, um, what for you? Can you share your story, like how? Because I check a little bit your background, and before doing this company, you was like a consultant. You had done a lot of consultancy for many campaign, and for example, imagine I'm Indian or I've come from a developing country, etc. What is the good advice you will provide to the young generation to start build from scratch as you've done a company with this open source culture and this diverse perspective?
So I am the wrong person to give advice, but one advice that I can definitely give to young students or young startups who are just about starting up, you know, it's a marathon. So it's not 100 meters race. Entrepreneurship is like a marathon. So do not come or jump into entrepreneurship if you are looking at an overnight success. I mean, it takes maybe 5 years. You look at even the larger organization like a Airbnb and BNBs of the world, which originated from the developed countries. It took them about 8 to 10 years for them to become what they became. So, and one of the things that we see, especially here in India, so I'm not commenting in a universal environment, is sense of entitlement amongst the young youth. So as soon as they start a company, they feel the world will bow down to their feet, and it's not gonna happen. I think it's a tough marathon journey. It you should jump into entrepreneurship if you have a patience for 5 years, and patience and heart to build something for 5 years, and then labor, then get the results. I think overnight successes have been rare, and I genuinely hope and pray that overnight successes become a norm. But in my heart, I know it will not happen. So one of the advice that I can definitely give is a marathon, 5 years. Only enter if you can, if you have your heart, to play a game with 5 year kind of a journey or a roadmap. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So sometimes we don't know that it's take a time to build something. Like if a baby to you must have 9 months to have a baby, right? To do how is also a big project. It can take 1 years, 2, 3, 5. You
No,
know.
I'm just saying, I hope everyone is lucky enough to build something in 12 months, but it does not happen to everyone. So I would want to assume a normal tenure should be 5 years, 60 odd months. And if somebody builds that and does a successful job in 12 months, I mean, I'll be very happy. But I think worst case scenario is 5, 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So the optimistic scenario is 5 6 5 year, because the 1 2 is kind of utopic. Or if you are and you have a part of some network, because
You just got to be lucky. The
lucky, yeah,
destiny.
is a good word, yeah. You
Yeah,
can,
yeah,
but if you're not lucky, the more optimistic is
yeah.
6 5 years.
Destiny should favor you, and you can become a sensation in 12 months. Otherwise, it will not happen.
Okay, so my last question will be, and after that we give you like a word, because I like when I do conversation with my guests. having the last word. Before this last word, my question is um so okay, now you involve intend somebody to be involved in sponsor for this hackathon. What is your perspective right now for the next 5 decades? Because just like no far away, because now we are a pandemic. I will give you a context. You have a pandemic. In the same time, a lot of people think about remote. In the same time, people think, before I was like very not open to recruit somebody else from another country, specifically in India. So in the same time, like pandemic is hard, but I think pandemic also accelerates some use case like remote culture or the outsourcing culture. So this culture was already created, but was not popular. But right now, I think it will be more popular. So what kind of opportunity? Because every crisis you're an entrepreneur, these things, when you have crisis, this is a better time to do business or to find some opportunities. What is some opportunity you find right you have like felt right now for incubate in, and what is it, like the perspective you have, and I don't know if somebody else can help or I can help. Yeah, what is the your next roadmap for this situation right now?
Two things basically. One, I have now in a COVID environment wherein we've been in perpetual shutdown for almost 7 months, 8 months. I think collaboration is the key. Collaborating across uh, networks, collaborating across, uh, you know, utilizing each other's strength and growing the organization is the one of the single largest or the biggest learning that I've had. However, to answer your question, what COVID has done to majority of us who were in the service ecosystem, largely, we've started dreaming big. Now, in a pre-COVID environment, we were only looking at India as a market, but today I look at the globe as a market. I mean, I'm because one of the things that we also did when we went back to the drawing board, everywhere across the globe the requirements of a young student largely is the same. The level might vary, but in terms of him understanding emerging technologies and upskilling is largely the same. So today I look at universe as my drawing board. And what we look at is very collaborative effort. So I'm very happy to maybe collaborate with you, collaborate with other whomsoever. I mean, any of the listeners, any of the participants to maybe join a company together in US and try and do similar things. Try and help students to understand technology. Try and you know simply put, try and create startups who could just make for India. India is a huge market, so we could give them the access. So collaboration is the key. Collaboration is the word I want to kind of stress upon. So more than happy to kind of collaborate and do more.
Yeah. So you totally right, and it tends again because the way you are more than open for collaborate. I never seen people like you. So like when you do collaboration, so it's like it's not about what I will gain. So technically, you don't care what you gain. You say, okay, you want to do something, do it. It's like I like this kind of serendipity because more you collaborate, more you create, more you innovate, and if you like do this intersection of collaboration, creation, and innovation, you create value. And for sure, when you create value, for sure you can make money, or you can grow or scale. Like it could be your personal development, or it could be also your business. And I like your way of thinking because I don't see too much many people have this kind of way to think, to collaborate, and think globally, having this global perspective. And that's why also your platform is so huge, because you do like hackathon online everywhere. I think in 1 month we can do 3, 4, 5 hackathon
No,
online.
absolutely. We are scaling up to a level wherein we could do 10 hackathons a day. So we are ready, and we're looking at partners like you.
Mm,
More than happy to kind of collaborate and maybe grow together.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, what is your last word? Thanks so much again for your time. I say
No,
it
no.
will be 30 minutes, and we are 30 minutes left. So, what's your last word for the audience?
Uh, so for the audience, the last words perhaps are like this: uh, create what you like, collaborate to grow faster. Do not run after revenues so early. Create a fantastic product. I think the revenues will then chase you, and that's what is happening with a lot of us. So learn from us, or learn from us might be a wrong connotation, but maybe we will be very happy to kind of talk to you and help you understand markets and dynamics in a better environment. I'll be very happy to talk to anyone. And yeah, so create, collaborate, and scale. That these are the three words I want to kind of leave this with you.
Yeah. So, thanks so much. Really
Thank
appreciate,
you.
and see you next time.
See you soon in here in India.
Yeah.
Thank you.